Hello guys, I'm blogger Delaware Jahan from blogrun.com. Uh, Today I'm going to discuss a little bit about how I am writing my cover letters for the freelancing job I got. This is not a tutorial, so don't mix it up with tutorial. I'm just casually discussing what I do, or what are the best practices and what should be done. Most of the time, the cover letter is the point of contact with the client. This is the most vital or important thing that you should nail down, and you must have the skill of writing a great cover letter if you want to land a job. And the problem with the freelancers, the new freelancers, those coming in freelancing profession, they do not mind enough to give extra effort to write their cover letter. Remember that, and believe that as a client or as a freelancer, I have both work as a client and as a freelancer. I'm a hiring manager for my team. So when I am a client, I think when I am receiving a application after posting a job, the first thing I see in a cover letter, is it small or is it huge, is it big, and if the writing is good. And I judge a freelancer by how he wrote the cover letter. So this is a very vital thing. So today I'm getting you some points to how to write a cover letter for freelancing job. Mostly I've worked on freelancer and UpWork, recently UpWork. I had some clients and freelancer also on Elance, but that have merged now with UpWork, and now the Odesk and Elance got the name of UpWork. So these basic tips and good practices should have landed you on the new job. So on the slide, things you need to do first when you were reading a job posting, and after you read the whole job post, what the client wanted and what the job is about, you need to start writing your cover letter. The way you write an article, the way you write something, uh, you have to be very specific and start with a warm welcome. Warm welcome, like obviously you will introduce yourself, but just the welcome, like hello, or dear sir. I don't want to write sir in most of my cover letters because I don't like the word sir. Most of the time people misunderstood it with something else. So and also, I very few time, this is very few time I wrote the word dear. I directly started with my cover letter with a hello, simple hello. If I know the name of my client, then I say hello Michael or hello John, kind of this way. Or you can write dear John, dear hiring manager. You can start with and then a comma, and then you start I am interested, but or like as I have seen your job post. Obviously you have seen that, so no need to write at that point. You can write I am interested on this job position, and you can give the job name. So starting with a warm welcome to the, not too much cozy, casual, or not too much funky, like hi. Don't use that funky words. You use with your, be professional. So don't greet a client with a friendly tone, too much friendly tone, too much friendly tone. What you do with your friend normally. Don't do that. Next, on your cover letter, most of the time when I got a proposal from a client, then I started to writing the cover letter. I know that the client have already seen my profile, or he will see my profile after I write the cover letter. So I am direct to my proposal. I am not getting dithering my way into the introduction, like I saw your post here, I saw your post on LinkedIn, and blah blah blah. Obviously this will distract the client to something else. He has very little time to read your cover letter, because he have to read a lot of more cover letters than he have to um, choose from those cover letters. So time is money. So nobody wants to know what have you seen, what have you done, what you will do. Don't be so much descriptive. This is so much, people don't like bullshit actually. So don't bullshit too much. uh, be direct on your proposal, and be specific about the job. Be specific. uh, because you firstly on your first line, okay, I will show you how to write a cover letter in my way. I know every cover letter and every job description is different, and everyone has a different style of writing. I'm not saying that I'm the perfect, I write the perfect cover letter, but I do, and that works for me. So I'm happy what I'm doing, not that. So the point here is you have to sell yourself to the client. You have to sell yourself. So with the few hundred words you are writing on your cover letter, this will define are you going to land on the job or are you not. So be specific about the job. You have to be direct and be specific. Uh, at the opening of your cover letter, after the first 2 3 lines, after the greeting welcome, mention it right away that uh, why you want to get the job or how you are going to do the job. Sometime on some cover letter the client will ask specific questions like do you know how to develop this plugin, if you wanted to develop a plugin, and do you have any plugin in the market, or what have you done recently. Be specific about those, give the example, and tell him what he wanted to know. So you have to be a specific. Don't like you don't have to tell him everything you know, but the job specific requirements should be listed in your cover letter. Like, I wanted to hire an article writer and he has also an experience with Photoshop designing. So if he write me about I know Photoshop designing and I also know article writing, I don't need that part of his Photoshop design, I need the specific article writing part. So he should write me that yes, I have the experience of article writing and I am still doing it, and this is the my recent sample. So that's good. And this is the selling point. You have to sell yourself to the client. Don't be shy because you want the job, and you have to sell yourself. You have to be extrovert. And when you are finishing the cover letter, you have to close strong. I think you have heard the word call to action. Most of the blogger and marketer obviously heard. And the call to action is when we describe a product or write an article about anything, and we help people with our information. At the very ending, or very ending, mostly at the ending, very ending, we normally end the article with, so what do you think you will do, tell us, or please subscribe to us, or give us your opinion, or click this link to buy the product. These are the call to action. So here on the cover letter, the call to action should be, I will be very happy to learn more about the job, or if you email me back, if you mail me back, or if you want to take an Skype interview, please let me know, and list your Skype ID. If where you are posting the cover letter does specifically uh, tells you to put the Skype ID, or just you can reply later with your Skype address. So these are the basic things you should do, not too much exaggerating. I think what are the limitation to write a cover letter? What are the word limitation should be? There is no specific value of the word limitations. Sometimes the cover letter can be descriptive if the cover letter of the clients, if the job posting of the clients wants something no specifically, and you have to write a long sentence or long description, then go for it. But basically the cover letter should be simple, within 200 or 300 words, if you can be specific about yourself, and with a strong call to action. And lastly, you can write kind regards, thanking, and give thanks to give you the chance. Okay, so these are the normal thing. And what mistakes we normally make when we are writing our cover letter? Okay, when you are writing a cover letter in a site like Upwork, in a platform like Upwork or freelancer.com, you know that uh, you are posting actually on the site itself and you are writing the cover letter there, so that doesn't any problem. But if your job is outside of these platform, you are landing on the job by interviewing through the email or Skype, then what will you do? Be remember that if you sometime if you get an invitation through email and they want to know your opinion, or they told you to send your CV or the cover letter, so what will you do? You will obviously reply with your email, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Then you are when you are replying with your email, you shouldn't attach your cover letter in the email, like thank you for sending me the invitation. Here is the cover letter I am attaching in your email. Please read. Most of the time, the hiring managers out there actually don't bother opening the cover letter, or they won't read it. Instead of they will just get away with it. So what you should do when you are sending your cover letter through email, you should write the cover letter in the email body and then send it. And if you want, then you can attach it, or your resume or the sample of work in the email attachment. So should write it in the body. On Upwork or on Freelancer, we are actually posting it in the body, so those platforms are different. So, and the second mistakes you should avoid is not proofreading your cover letter. English is not all of our mother language, and we all do not speak the native English, so mistakes happen. Even look, when I am talking right now, I'm fumbling. I'm fumbling because it's not my mother language. English is not mother language. I don't have a script in front of me. I am just talking randomly what I know, so I have to think the words, and then I have to talk talk with you. Okay, look, fumbling happens. And when I'm writing, I do less mistakes, but still there are mistakes, still we do mistakes. So if I do not proofread, if I do not read the cover letter once or twice or thrice and checked it with online checking tools or with Microsoft Word, then there would be mistakes. So my mistakes will be when I am sending the cover letter without proofreading it, I am just pressing the send button. After writing it, I am just pressing the sending button. This is a mistake. Don't do this. Please read your cover letter twice or thrice. Even if you want, you can write it first in the Microsoft Word, put the spelling check option, check the spelling, check the grammar, then send the cover letter. Because when you are writing in wrong words or in wrong grammar, the client is not going to be happy. This is so simple. He said, this guy doesn't know how to write a cover letter. How is he going to be a blogger? Or how he's going to get the job? Communication is the first thing. And if your English is perfect, you know that 30% of the job you will land because you have a good communication skill. And most of the job needs you to learn English and needs you to have a good English, because this is the first step. If you can't communicate with the client, how could you get the job? I know if you're applying for a designer job, or a coding job, you shouldn't be perfect in the English language. But I have seen plenty of freelancer and plenty of people who have good design skill or good coding skill, but they do not know how to communicate in English. That's their problem. They do not get enough job. So please be specific about it. You have to learn good English, obviously communicative English. Good communicative English must for landing the job. And the third mistakes everyone is making is writing too much history and cover letter. Your profile actually talks for you, so you shouldn't write too much history about yourself, like I am doing working here, I have done work there, and I will do something. This is so much descriptive. Do not ever try to write too much description on your cover letter. I don't give a shit what you have done and what your plannings are. The question I ask for you is, I want a article writer. Do you have the experience? Tell me that yes, I have the experience, I have done it, and I don't want to know about anything else. If I ask you for a sample or sample link, please attach it or give the link. That's it. Be specific. And I always see people sending cover letter, people sending proposal letter, cover letter to me when they have generically copied from somewhere else, and they mention their entire life history in the. I am not interested about your life history. I'm not interested in how unhappy you are or how happy you are or how successful you were. Okay, I can see those proof in your profile if I want. So you don't have to put your entire life history in the email. And this is irrelevant information for the position I advertised. So please don't go there. I don't like the okay. And next thing is, when you are using a platform like Upwork or freelancer.com or rentacoda.com, okay, whatever freelancing site you are using, your profile need to be updated, because when you are inputting your details in the your profile field, a client or a potential client will think that he knows these things, and this is not updated for 4 years, updated for 2 years, updated for 3 years, because the years passes and you need to update your skills. So when I am looking for a Java coder, or I am looking for a PHP programmer, I posted a job, I need a PHP programmer for this, but I do not see in his profile that he has done or taken any job related to PHP. He haven't done any task related to PHP. If that guy who sent me the cover letter, who sent me the letter for the job, still knows or good or the best PHP programmer, but he doesn't have any proof because his profile is not up to date, and he doesn't have any work history, or he haven't taken he hasn't taken any test related to the PHP. So that's a bad thing. So your profile need to be updated related to the jobs you apply regularly, because after the cover letter if your cover letter attracts me, I will check your profile and I will see what other clients gave you and what have you done and what feedback they gave you. So this is the main thing. Your profile should be updated. If it's not updated, then the client sometimes can ask for more information, and I know this is a lengthy process. And these profile mostly when your profile have a good rating, like Upwork have a good system now, how many job success you are, how many percentage they gave it on a percentage level, like 99% job success. And when I check a profile of a freelancer as a client, I can see what he have done and what rating he's on, so I can choose from there. So even if his cover letter is small or sometimes gloomy, I don't like it, I check the profile because I need that specific skill. But you have to be perfect, or try to be perfect. I know nobody is going to be perfect, but you have to be perfect on getting your cover letter. But after the cover letter, the most important vital thing is your mm, profile. So the last time I made a video about how to write a cover letter in Bangla, but most of my readers who are outside of my country and do not know Bangla, they told me to make a video about writing cover letter, or how I did the cover letter, or how I separate the cover letter from thousands of submissions in English so they can understand. So I was skeptical about the cover letter thing for the first time, because I thought there are plenty of resources. Why don't you guys just Google it and read it? There are plenty of resources. I did that in Bangla because some of my country people do not know how to write a cover letter. So, but here is now I sat on my PC today and got the time. So one particular guy, Suleiman, he mailed me about checking his profile, see if I can find any impurity as a client, and point out those mistakes he is doing in his profile. So as every job is different, and every cover letter should be different. You should start every cover letter from scratch, and every profile on the Odesk or Upwork, sorry, my mistake, not Odesk, Upwork or Freelancer, every profile is different. If you copied information from another profile, you are not actually doing anything yourself. So he is not or she is not going to do your job or the job you are applying for. So this is bad. You are not doing work, and you want to land on the job. I think you are not going to stay longer, or you will survive longer in the marketplace if you can't write your profile correctly, or if you do not want to put some time writing your cover letter and read the full specification of a cover letter, the job description. So these are getting really harsh for some people, like they do not read the cover letter and just put some generic copy paste email to the clients. So these are not going to help you in the long run. And uh, I have clients for more than 6 7 years. We have done very good work together, and still some of them are working with me. So and I am working for them actually, and some of working for me. So but when we first met, we were very professional, and after the time passes, we work a lot, and then we get familiar, we get friendly. Our email address are now more friendly. Our email delivery is now more friendly. We write occasional emails, greetings, etc. But first time when you were writing a cover letter or sending a proposal or resume, you have to be professional. You have to be professional about that. Don't get too funky or friendly with your. Too much friendly is not good for your cover letter. So the guy I talk about, Suleiman asked you to check his profile. I will do that. Sorry, Suleiman, it was so late to check your profile. I was busy with my setting up my community for here, community.blogrun.com. You can check it out later. I was trying to make a marketing community. So let's uh, get to the point. Okay. Search Google. This is I pointed this out. Why I forgot almost. Okay. There are plenty of resources in Google. Oh, we know that. Everyone knows that there are plenty of resources. And obviously, oh, I forgot to mention that how to write a cover letter or how to get your profile correctly. There are good resources in Upworks and Freelancers blog. Uh, they have specific information how you should and how you shouldn't write your cover letter, or how to fill up your profile correctly. There are specific profile. So guys, please, either you do search the Google, or either you do search the blog of the specific platform. They have good resources how you should fill up the profile and how you should write the cover letter without any help. Every cover letter should start from scratch, because every job differs and every client is different. So do not, there is no actual rules, or actual system how this should be the cover letter, or specific portion of the cover letter you can copy from others. Every cover letter should start from the scratch. And you need sample. Okay, we can get a sample. I can get you a sample, like let's search for a job. I have here a job posting, like part-time quality blog writer needed. I'm what I check firstly when I am applying for a job. Obviously, the title, you check it out, then you can. Excuse me, I'm talking for a long time. Okay, look, let me have some water. Okay, I'm back. See, the title is part-time quality blog writer needed. So this is going to be an hourly job. We are on Upwork actually. So this is going to be an hourly job. less than 30 hours per week and more than 6 months. Okay, these are the criteria. These are the hopeful criteria for client, like that he will give you less than 30 hours and more than 6 months. He want a medium time of long term client, freelancer. So, and there is a specific information about the job list. I am looking for freelancers with the lowest rates. Normally I do not apply these kind of jobs, but I opened this one for showing you how I will approach to this job. I'm not going to post here, uh, but just checking. I'm looking for freelance with the lowest rates, and then I will check about the clients reviews. The client have good reviews. He's a patient client from Canada, and the average hourly rate the client pays 5.07 per hour. So if you are applying more than 10 more than 5, then the success of getting your job, and here is he is already listed that he is looking for a freelancer with the lowest rates. So okay, already there are 17 proposal, interviewing 0. When there are 17 proposal and he's interviewing none of them, then there might be a problem. Might be he's not getting this job done actually. But I am taking this as a sample. So now I want to read the details. After checking the client, about the client, and he pays over 40. He paid over 40,000 total spent. So if I see a job and I want to apply on it and I do not see any kind of payment from the client or he has spent, I am not going to apply for the client, because that will be a time loss, and my connects I need to submit job with against of my 2 connects. So I'm not going to submit any job for those clients who haven't still spent any money on Upwork. So what are the job details? So I run a YouTube channel and blog called Project Life Mastery. Project Life Mastery. Okay, let's check out his blog. He gave a link. I'm going to check it. Okay, now here is the I release YouTube videos almost every day, and I need a quality blog writer that can write up a few paragraphs or an article for each YouTube video that I publish. Here is an example of what I mean. Oh, he have a specific example page also. I have his blog, nice one. This is a random blog from a random job I just opened. I'm not going to apply for it. I'm just showing you. Okay. How to work from this is the sample video. This is a sample video, and this is the 400-500 words he wanted to be written. So this is a part-time job. And what will be your responsibility? You will be responsible for creating the blog post, embedding the YouTube video in it, writing up a few paragraphs to describe the video, and what they will learn in the video. So basically you are going to watch the video and write a short description about the video on the blog. In some instances I may require you to write a full article with each blog post, anywhere from 500 to 1000 words. Excuse me. So that means not only the video description, sometimes you have to write the full articles for him. I'm looking for someone with excellent English and writing skills. I'm also looking for someone that can work almost every day to publish a new blog post. So he's making everyday new videos, and you will be responsible to posting them on your on his site, and writing either a full length article or some short description. And you have to be perfect in English because he's publishing it is in his site. So another thing you have to know is basic SEO and optimize the article. So keep in mind, you need to know how to post YouTube videos on WordPress blog. Is it a WordPress blog? Is it a WordPress blog? We can check it. Like if I give this is the basic checking, not all. Ah, yes, this is a WordPress blog. So you have to know how to post on WordPress, how to write article. If you can write article, you have to be uh, learned about the SEO and some of the optimization things. Okay. Ah, yes, search engine optimization, SEO writing, WordPress, content writing, blog writing. There is the keywords of the job. So this is the job. Now I can submit a proposal. I'm not going to submit. Just I'm going to write it. Write it here. Like I don't know the client's name. The name is not here. So I will start with a simple hello. Hello, like that in a space. I am interested in the job position of. I'm going to give the job title here. Okay, like that. So this is the thing I started with. Normally this is my way, this is not the best way. I said this is my way how I want to approach for the job. I'm interested in the job position for part-time quality blog writer needed. Okay, now I'm going directly to the things he wanted. Like he wanted for the responsible for blog posting, editing YouTube video, etc, writing a few paragraphs, etc. Okay, let's get it. But he gave his site link, obviously, so I'm going to mention that. It's like attaching with the client. I have seen what have you done, and I am mentioning it right now. So I have checked. That's a mistake. You can check the whole article uh, or whole cover letter after you are done. I have checked your site. It seems pretty good. I'm giving him a compliment. That's not necessary, but just I like the site. That's why I'm letting him know. I've checked your site. It seems pretty good. Okay. Now I'm getting to the point directly. I am quite familiar with WordPress. WordPress, and I'm quite familiar with WordPress, and I am able to post videos from. So I'm quite familiar with the WordPress and able to post videos from YouTube to WordPress. He didn't want to check any example, but I would like to show him some examples. So uh, okay, also first I write about that I know about article writing. Sorry about that, it's cold here. I've checked your site, seems pretty good. Okay, I am working as take up there for 4 years. Can check out some of writing skills here. I am giving him my blog grade. This is the sample blog. You if you are writing for someone else's blog, or if you have a published blog even in design articles or Mashable, and just put the link here. Like I am working as an article writer for 4 years. You can check out some of my writing skills or some of my example writings here and give them the links. These are the examples because he wanted to get a writer who is excellent in English. So if you have some credibility, you have to show that. Okay. My SEO skill also up to um, okay, my SEO skills are also up to the level you wanted. You wanted. Okay, the thing is, I have written the basic things he wants to know, how I'm approaching this. I can be more descriptive, but I don't want to be. I don't want to be because my profile will say the rest of the things about me. There are samples on my profile. That's why I said his profile is also an important thing in combination with your cover letter and your profile. This is a combo thing that works. So uh, I'm almost ending my cover letter here. But I want to give him a strong call to action. Okay, like if you want to know about anything else or have any question, I will be more than happy. There is a mistake I've done. Happy to answer. Please let me know if you are interested. So I'm ending my cover letter here. If you're interested, that's too much space. You should give a space. I don't have enough space on the screen. So let me know. There is a mistake I've done. Let me know if you are interested. Now I'm ending the cover letter with kind regards or thanks or only regards. You are what's your name? Just my name and my Skype. Like I'm giving you Skype. Okay, so this is my cover letter, and I am now proofreading. Hello, I'm interested in the job position of part-time quality blog writer needed. Okay, I have checked your site. It seems pretty good. I'm quite familiar with WordPress and able to post videos from YouTube to WordPress. There I gave my description. I'm working as an article writer for 4 years. Okay, very simple. I just wrote very small cover letter, but you can be a little more descriptive. This is what I wanted to show you how you should approach. Please do not copy paste this. This is just a sample. Other resources you can get, or if you want to get direct help from me, you can join the community or check out my blog. I am updating my blog. Check this. So I have finished writing my cover letter for the job. Just we have just seen, and I have also proofread it. This is a very small cover letter I have written. You can be a more descriptive. If the job wants you to be descriptive, then go descriptive. Be creative. But each cover letter should be start from scratch, as I mentioned again and again. Do not copy paste from anywhere else because every job differs and demands more. And for other resources, you can check out my blog which I am now regularly updating again. I gave a gap for almost 1 year from blogging. I was busy with my client, and now I'm back again. And join my community if you want to discuss more about freelancing or marketing topics, or you can occasionally send me a mail, but it will be more quicker to answer for me if you post on the community. Now the thing I told you earlier about, I'm going to check a profile of Suleiman Iqbal. He mailed me a few days back. He wanted to me check his profile if it's okay, and what I think about as a client when I see his profile. So I'm going to his profile as a client. Look, I am here checking his profile as a client. So when I'm checking his profile as a client on Upwork, I have the button of contact him or hire him now after he submits a proposal. So this is Suleiman Iqbal's profile. He's from Karachi, Pakistan. So the title, firstly check the title: logo designer and branding, 2D 3D animator. Okay, this one is good, 2D 3D animator, video editor. But here, logo designer and branding, I do not give any kind of vibe or sense. Logo designer and branding, what branding? Suleiman, you need to change here a little bit. If you're watching the video, logo designer and brand maker, kind of like the thing more descriptive. I normally gave the title of my profile a single sentence like logo designer, and gave a comma branding, comma 2D 3D animator and video editor. Do not give these lines here you are using. Now, oh, Suleiman has a video on his profile. Good overview video. Can you play the video? Yeah. Okay, that color. I don't like the color. Doesn't matter. You can change your YouTube video cover. You should be creative when you are a designer. Okay, that's good. Do you have a music? Yeah, you have a music. Good music. I like the music. Suleiman, I don't see you on the video, man. That's not good, because you were just making a video and you are giving a slide of your client testimonials. These testimonials I can read on your profile. Why are you putting a video that doesn't show who you are? The main point, focus point of Upwork video was to face your client in the video. You should sit in front of the camera and talk about anything you want with your client, or you want to let him know, like, I am Suleiman, I am from Pakistan, and I am a good in 2D 3D animator. You can check out my profile, and I can promise you that I am the best in what I do. So people want to see you and your reaction. That will be better. That will be better, not just generic slideshow or testimonial, because I can check out the testimonial later from your profile. So please change the video. And here, overview. On the overview section, you should write about yourself, your work, and what you do in detail. You can write in detail, obviously. You should go for to the point. Like you wrote here, watch overview video for the client testimonials. Okay, this is totally unnecessary. I can check the video here from the link if you have something. So don't remind me, or you don't need to remind again. And again, you have wrote above testimonials are taken directly from my Upwork profile. Okay, we know that those testimonials are taken from your Upwork profile. Shouldn't mention that again. These are actually taking the real estate of your profile. Let me introduce myself. Okay, why you are here to let yourself introduced. Okay, just start talking, man. Like, I'm a multimedia specialist who always seek for the opportunity to build a strong working relation. Okay, good. As a freelancer with over 4 years of experience, 45 plus project, 150 hours. These I can the stats you have given here, I can check out from here. So you shouldn't mention those again. You have to be better, Suleiman. You need to change a lot of things. Your description should be, and obviously, please write on Microsoft Word and spell check there. Spell check with spell and grammar check with some online tools like Grammarly. Okay, this is not telling a lot about yourself. This is actually telling your work experiences, which I can check out from here. How much job success you have done, and how many hours you have worked, and how many jobs you have completed. Your availability, your language. Okay, languages here you say conversational self assist. Okay, you can converse with English. That's a good thing, but I would like to see here if I am hiding you as a you are a designer, not an article writer. I know conversational self assist. Okay, that's good for you. Urdu, I don't think this is necessary, but if you were working locally, because you are Pakistan and the language is Urdu, okay, that's good. Hindi, I don't obviously also need Hindi if a client demand that. Okay, what is the mm, necessary thing is you are good in English. You don't have to be the best or the perfect, I say. You don't have to be perfect, but you have to at least get a grasp on the English language to converse with the people, because when you are a freelancer, you are working all over the world. You are a designer, okay, you are not an IT writer or a speech maker, but you have to be conversational, self-assist. Okay, but these are not necessary. Okay, whatever, you have added it. Now you are getting to the point after those unnecessary paras. I am providing services in the following areas and also indicated what page they can be found. This is totally unnecessary. What pages? I don't get the idea of what pages found to make it easy for you to see the actual samples of what you are looking for in portfolio section. Okay, what I look for portfolio section, I can find that. You don't have to indicate me like you are doing graphic design. Okay, this is good. You have sectionized your graphic design, animation, video production. What have you done? But what have you done with the page 1, page 2? Oh, so you are indicating in which page I can found your samples. Okay, I have to scroll a lot here. I think he's mentioning these. Okay, this is unnecessary. You shouldn't do that. I can check out your profile. Just get rid of this, like video production and what if chroma, motion tracking and masking. I'm not quite familiar with the tools and designing because I'm checking your profile, but these are unnecessary. I'm not going to put those in my profile if this was my profile. Okay, lastly, you were finished with got confused. Yes, it's not easy to hire someone new to do it. Okay, you are getting too much for me. Like, why I will get confused? I'm a client. I'm a client. You don't want to make me confused, and you are deliberately asking me to get confused. No, I'm not confused. Yes, obviously I'm confused with the profile and everything you gave. So I think too much description, unnecessary description you gave on your profile. Hmm. I believe I don't have the time or not have the specific skill set. Okay. Suleiman, please be more specific on what you do. This section of the overview shouldn't be that much long. You just need to how much you are working and what you want to provide and what your ambition is. Make it simple, make it simpler. This section is good, but without the page number, I think you can make it graphic design 1 dot graphic design. Then you can list with them bulleted points, then 2 number 2 animation, number 3 video production, then bulleted list the subcategories or subsection you. So this section needs editing, work history and feedback. This is the vital part. I check for a client, as a client I check how much progress job are you are going on. Obviously I also check the amount, you know. Are you capable? If I am going to provide you a big job, are you going to be able to handle those? I have to check, because that's money we're talking. And the best thing, that's why I told you, do not put a video on your profile with the testimonials. I want to see your real face. I want to see you were talking to me in the video. Make it happen like that, because I can check the feedback from here. Okay, your feedbacks are good. You don't need to put the video there. Okay, now when I'm going to, yeah, you see, I can filter it from here, your portfolio, so you don't need to include the page number from where I can find what I can. I am actually interested about the feedback section, not about the samples, because I can ask you for a specific sample and you can give me the link. Okay, now I have came to the certification section of your profile. Traineeship certificate, RI news, earned, how many. Okay, there are a lot of noise going around me. Construction is going on here in Dhaka. Now, traineeship certificate. Uh, Let me check the link you have given on your certifications. I would I would love to see some certification from like Udemy site. Like they have a certification link given to you, but what link you have given me is a random site, newspaper site, I guess. But how are you going to get certificate from here? I don't actually get it. So this certification, okay, this doesn't count anything. The test section, okay, you haven't given the Odesk ready test or UpWork ready test. I do not see that. Okay, that can be a setback for you. But you have the Adobe Premiere test, Adobe After Effects, Adobe Photoshop CS4, and above average. This is good. You have taken a test regarding to your job profile or the work profile you are going to do, and so Upwork ready test. You should take the test. I have the profile for Upwork when it was Odesk, and I am not still sure the test is there, but should be there. The Upwork ready test. Employment history. Have been working as a freelancer since. This is not your employment history. I can check from where you can work. Okay, but you shouldn't. This is not your employment history. This section, the employment history should go like for if you were working for or were working for some other company, then you can list it here. So this doesn't count. Also, you were working on Odesk 2012 to present. Okay, need to change that. And education, what is your education? Other diploma in video post production and 3D character animation is Computer Institute. You should be more specific, because random institute, you should get some certification link or education. This education section need to be more descriptive. Okay, other experiences, your tools. I don't know what does that means. I have excellent command over the following softwares. You have already mentioned this: After Effects, Premiere Pro, Adobe Photoshop, Autodesk Maya, InPage. These are your experience. Okay, so Suleiman, you need I think you get the idea what I have told you to change, isn't it? Okay, that will be all, Suleiman. Your profile, the section mostly good is your work history. You need to be specific about here. So this is it, Suleiman, and sorry for the late review of your profile. And try to do less mistakes while you are writing, grammatical or sentence making. Try to make the sentence smaller sentence, make less mistakes, and maybe it's quite readable. This is it. So thank you guys for watching and listening to the video. There are lots of noises, sorry for that. And I think I will see you later again in some more videos if I have the time to make. Okay, bye bye for now.